Here at Fort Hood, we pay tribute to 13 men and women who were not able to escape the horror of war. Even in the comfort of home. Later today at Fort Lewis, one community will gather to remember. So many in one striker brigade who have fallen in Afghanistan. Long after they are laid to rest when the fighting has finished, and our nation has endured. When today's servicemen and women are veterans and their children have grown, it will be said, that this generation believed under the most trying of tests, believed in perseverance not just when it was easy. But when it was hard, that they paid the price and bore the burden to secure this nation. And stood up for the values that live in the hearts of all free peoples. So we say goodbye to those who now belong to eternity. We press ahead in pursuit of the peace that guided their service. May God bless the memory of those that we have lost. And may God bless the United States of America. Barack Obama. Joint press conference with François Hollande. Delivered November 24, 2015. White House, Washington, D. C. President Obama, President Hollande. It has been an honor to welcome you to the White House before, in happier times than this. But as Americans, we stand by our friends in good times and in bad no matter what. So on behalf of the American people, I want to once again express our deepest condolences. To you and all of the people of France for the heinous attacks that took place in Paris. We're here today to declare that the United States and France stand united in total solidarity. To deliver justice to these terrorists and those who sent them, and to defend our nations. In that spirit, with heavy but strong hearts, I welcome you today. François, with your understanding, my statement today will be a little longer than usual. I've been traveling, and this is an important moment for our nations and for the world. This barbaric terrorist group ISIL, or Daesh, and its murderous ideology pose a serious threat to all of us. It cannot be tolerated. It must be destroyed. And we must do it together. This is the unity of purpose that brings us here today. On your visit here last year, you said that the French love America. We love the French. Sometimes we Americans are too shy to say so, but we're not feeling shy today. We Americans love France because we dedicate ourselves to the same ideals that all people deserve life. Liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. France is our oldest ally. You helped us. Win our independence. We helped liberate France from fascism. We owe our freedom to each other. We love France for your spirit and your culture, your joie de vivre. Since the attacks, Americans have recalled their own visits to Paris, visiting the Eiffel Tower. Or walking along the Seine. We know these places. They're part of our memories. Woven into the fabric of our lives and our culture. I am very grateful to the French people for the hospitality they've always shown me. And when they welcomed Michelle and our daughters on their first visit to the City of Lights. By my bed, in the residence, is a picture of me and Michelle in Luxembourg Gardens, kissing. Those are the memories we have of Paris. As early on, I had no gray hair. So when tragedy struck that evening, our hearts broke, too. In that stadium and concert hall, in those restaurants and cafes, we see our own. In the faces of the French people, we see ourselves. And that's why so many Americans have embraced the blue, white and red. It's why Americans, at candlelight vigils, have joined together to sing La Marseillaise. We have never forgotten how the French people stood with us after September 11th. And today, we stand with you. Nous sommes tous Français. It's been noted that the terrorists did not direct their attacks against the French government or military. Rather, they focused their violence on the very spirit of France and by extension, on all liberal democracies. This was an attack on our free and open societies where people come together to celebrate and sing and compete. In targeting venues where people come together from around the world, killing citizens of nearly 20 countries. Including America. This was an attack on the very idea that people of different races and religions and backgrounds can live together in peace. In short, this was not only a strike against one of the world's great cities. It was an attack against the world itself. It's the same madness that has slaughtered the innocent from Nigeria to the Sinai, from Lebanon to Iraq. It is a scourge that threatens all of us. And that's why, for more than a year, the United States, France, and our coalition of some 65 nations have been united in one mission to destroy these ISIL terrorists and defeat their vile ideology. Today, President Hollande and I reviewed our coalition's progress. More than 8,000 airstrikes, combined with local partners on the ground. Have pushed ISIL back from territory in both Iraq and Syria. Today, President Hollande and I agreed that our nations must do even more together. U.S. assistance. Has supported recent French strikes in Syria, and we're going to keep stepping up that coordination. And as we saw with the attack in Mali, the terrorist threat goes beyond ISIL. This week, I'll sign legislation to sustain our support, including airlift and intelligence, to allies like France. As we work together to root out terrorist networks in Africa. We'll do even more to prevent attacks at home. Building on our recent intelligence agreement. The United States will continue to quickly share threat information with France. And in the wake of Paris, and with the threats in Belgium, there's also a growing recognition among European nations that they need to ramp up additional efforts to prevent the flow of foreign terrorist fighters. As part of that, I'm calling on the European Union to finally implement the agreement that's been long in the works that would require airlines to share passenger information. So we can do more to stop foreign terrorist fighters from entering our countries undetected. And I'm prepared to send teams of our experts to work on this with our European partners to make sure we're redoubling our efforts together. Regarding the broader crisis in Syria, President Hollande and I agree that Russia's strikes against the moderate opposition only bolster the Assad regime, whose brutality has helped to fuel the rise of ISIL. We agree that Russia could play a more constructive role if it were to shift the focus of its strikes to defeating ISIL. And likewise, President Hollande and I agree that the best way to bring peace to Syria is through the principles reaffirmed in Vienna. Which require active Russian support for a ceasefire and a political transition. Away from Assad to a democratically elected government that can unite the Syrian people against terrorism. Finally, Francois and I understand that one of our greatest weapons in the fight against ISIL is the strength and resilience of our people. And, here, I want to speak directly to the American people. What happened in Paris is truly horrific. I understand that people worry that something similar could happen here. I want you to know that we will continue to do everything in our power to defend our nation. Since 9/11, we've taken extraordinary measures to strengthen our homeland security. Our counterterrorism, homeland security, and law enforcement professionals, federal, state and local, they are tireless. They have prevented attacks and they have saved lives. They are working every hour, every day for our security. They did so before Paris, they do so now, and they will not stop. They're the best in the world. But it's not just our security professionals who will defeat ISIL and other terrorist groups. As Americans, we all have a role to play in how we respond to threats. Groups like ISIL cannot defeat us on the battlefield. So they try to terrorize us at home against soft targets, against civilians, against innocent people. Even as we're vigilant, we cannot, and we will not, succumb to fear. Nor can we allow fear to divide us, for that's how terrorists win. We cannot give them the victory of changing how we go about living our lives. The good news is Americans are resilient. We mourn the lives lost at Fort Hood, the Boston Marathon. At Chattanooga. But we did not waver. Our communities have come together. We've gone to ball games and we've gone to concerts, and we've gone shopping. And men and women who want to serve our country continue to go to military recruiting offices. We're vigilant, we take precautions, but we go about our business. To those who want to harm us, our actions have shown that we have to. Much resolve and too much character. Americans will not be terrorized. I say all this because another part of being vigilant, another part of defeating terrorists like ISIL, is upholding the rights and freedoms that define our two great republics. That includes freedom of religion. That includes equality before the law.